Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing really well out there. In true Mercury retrograde fashion, I'm having some technical difficulties. I just lost my last recording. So I hope that this one works, and I'm sorry in advance if it comes out a little bit wonky, but I'll do the best I can here. So I just wanted to make a few quick announcements before I get into this video. I have a really powerful reading for you guys, and I'm going to set up the reading for you as to why I was guided to do it and why it's especially potent at this time. But I just wanted to let you guys all know that I'm doing a 25% off sale for December in honor of Jesus' birthday, 25% off all readings. And I'll extend this through the first week in January. I probably won't be able to take too many appointments the last week in December. So email me for some more details, and it's just my way of giving back to you guys and showing my love and appreciation to all of you, and for showing your support and for extending all of your beautiful energy. It's really what keeps me inspired and going. So thank you again, and Merry Christmas to everybody. And I also wanted to announce, for those who are new to the channel, there's a group of twin flames who meditate daily at 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time all around the world. I believe it's international now. And again, 10 p.m. Mountain Standard Time every day. I can't always join with them at that time because that's kind of late where I am, but you can always tune in with the energies whenever you can get to it, as long as you just kind of set that intention. The energies will still be there. And it's just a wonderful way to connect with different twin flames. And there's a different soundtrack that's selected for every month. So for the month of December, there's a Christmas-themed soundtrack. It's really beautiful. Handel's Messiah. So that will be linked below. And it's for about an hour, or however long you can do it for. So I just wanted to let you guys know about that. And let's get into the reading now. So I want to explain what this is all about, why I was guided to do this, because I guess it was 2 weeks ago now, November 24th, I talked about the Divine Masculine and how I was shown in those two cards, in the Devil energy and the Moon energy, how there was some dark influence going on at the time with the Divine Masculine, and I wasn't guided to speak too much on it. I did get some more downloads and visions later of what was going on, and I'm still not going to speak too much on it because I don't want to give it too much energy, and it's over anyhow, the attack that they were under, that particular attack, I should say. But it's just a reminder of how powerful these connections are, that these types of things, number one, even go on, and number two, and I can say this too from doing a lot of sessions with you guys, that it seems to be the case that a good percentage of the karmics tend to be dark defiant beings, and are finding ways to keep twin flames apart, etc., etc. This particular attack, again, not to get too much into it, but it was kind of more on a larger scale than just the karmics. And other twin flames have emailed me as well about this. They were getting the same visions around the same time, and I know that some other twin flames, I think, have spoken publicly about it, what was going on at that time. So so it's really kind of crazy, and I think it's just, again, it's all good because it's just a sign of how close these unions are, that these dark energies keep really just amping up. And it was kind of a big deal what went down, but like I said in that last reading, I was really shown not to worry. The divine was on it. They were going to be successful. Archangel Michael was on it, and it was a fleeting thing that would pass in a short matter of time, which it did. And then I was shown that with this past Gemini supermoon, that was going to kind of be like the seal, like the nail in the coffin. It would completely be finished by then, if you will. And sure enough, it was. And I wanted to pull some cards to see, where are we at right now as a result of that. Now that this large veil has been lifted from the divine masculine. And the energies here, the cards here are really very powerful. Like this is really kind of exciting, because I think that it really shows what the dark energies were really trying to prevent. And we know it's unions, of course, but I mean, there's this flood of emotion and energies that are coming in from the divine masculine that are really very powerful. And, this is exactly what they didn't want. And I noticed too that anytime there's some kind of like transit in Gemini, I noticed that it's always a powerful time for twin flames. And of course, Gemini being the sign of twins, this particular full moon was a super moon, so it means that it's particularly potent and powerful. And full moons, of course, are a time for releasing. So whatever it is that is being released at that time or healed is going to be especially powerful. And sure enough, it was. I mean, this was a huge healing that went down, a huge release that went down, the influence over the divine masculine. So, this was a big deal, and it's a powerful time as well for illuminating the truth, which it certainly did. And also, I mean, it was at 11 degrees in Gemini. I don't have to explain the synchronicity there. So sure enough, I mean, my guides were right. They had told me that moon was going to be especially powerful. So maybe some of you guys have felt it. I'm sure a lot of you have. The clients I've had so far have expressed what a powerful full moon that was. And also, what I wanted to say too is that around that time, again, like time kind of, it just doesn't exist for me anymore. I can't, days and weeks kind of all blend together, but it was somewhere like, let's say the week leading up to the full moon, something like that. I was being shown that it was very similar to the energy around the July 17th portal, and some of you guys may have seen that video, or you can touch back on it if you're interested. But basically around that time, what I was shown is that now this is going back in July, this past July 17th, there was an energy where it was basically like a lot of darker, denser, older, like ancestral energies that were no longer serving Gaia were being ushered out at that time to kind of make way for more Christ-centered energies, higher vibrational energies. And it was just, I described it as like this slow-moving fog that was just moving out all of this darker, denser energy. And I was shown very, very, very clearly that around that time when the clearing around the divine masculine was happening, that it was a similar type of energy. So you may have felt that as well, a large release leading up to the new moon. And I think that it was all correlated with what was going on with the divine masculine, but it was sort of like just on a larger scale. I think maybe because we're at the end of the year. I mean, we're just making space for this new master number year that's about to come. All of these darker energies were just pushed out, released out. Again, along with the issue happening with the DM, and yeah, I mean, we're really kind of ready, I think, for this master number year ahead. I mean, this last supermoon was really powerful. And just trying to see, I wrote a few notes. I just wanted to see if there was something else I wanted to say about that. Yeah, I think that's all I was really guided to say about what was happening with the divine masculine. But oh yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to say. Around that time as well, before the clearing had taken place, my guides kept giving me a song. I'm sure that you guys can relate. Your guides will give you songs sometimes to communicate messages. And I kept hearing the Queen song, I Want to Break Free. And it was a message from the divine masculine, feeling this energy of like, I know that what I'm feeling is not my authentic self. They're not my authentic feelings. I feel I'm under this, these chains, this manipulation. I want to be my true self and break free from this and return to my beloved. And it was just this feeling of like, desperation and just wanting to break those chains. And I kept hearing it over and over for days, and I just knew it was coming. I mean, I kept praying on it and sending healing, but I knew it was coming, and sure enough, these cards are such a confirmation that it did indeed happen, and there was a huge clearing with the Divine Masculine. I mean, this is like so exciting. The energy here in this reading is so powerful. These cards are so powerful, and for those of you who understand tarot and the meaning behind the cards, I mean, you can already see the cards really speak for themselves. You may already notice a difference in your Divine Masculine, more open, more loving, more expressive with their feelings. If you haven't yet, or if you haven't heard anything yet in the 3D, still give it time. This is still going to take some time. I was shown to kind of integrate what's all that happened, and they're really kind of seeing the world now with fresh eyes, with a whole new fresh perspective. And it takes time to kind of get your feet wet again and feel kind of comfortable in this like new sort of footing, if you will. So be patient. And actually touching on patience, when I was meditating over these cards, I was trying to channel messages from the Divine Masculine, and I heard very clearly the message, 3 simple words: patience, love, and trust. And that's directly from the Divine Masculine to you guys, and that is exactly what it is that I am feeling right now, And so just remember that, or write that down, put it on a refrigerator for inspiration if you need to, because it was very powerful when that came through. And we just have to have faith and trust, and know that that these unions are imminent, and that really the unions are here. They're now. They're always happening. And sorry about the sirens in the background. There always seems to be some sort of distraction when I'm recording these videos. But yeah, I also wanted to say too on that. That's one of the reasons why I don't shuffle on camera, really, because I did in the past, but I really like to meditate with the cards for a good time before I deliver the messages. I mean, sometimes it's a whole 24 hours. I like to sleep on it when the cards are drawn, and just, feel the energies, because with these collective readings, there's a lot of stuff that comes through. There's a lot of work that really goes into it. So, but I will start, I think, a couple people had mentioned if I could show the cards on camera again, like I used to in the past. So I probably will start doing that again, so you can at least see kind of maybe more close up or whatever. It will be more interactive on the video. I can show you the cards, but I probably won't be shuffling on camera for that reason, because like I said, it takes time sometimes for these messages to really come through. And I'm glad that I meditated with these energies, because that was a really beautiful message from the Divine Masculine. So so the first card we have here, guys, as you can see, is the 2 of Cups, and this is the crowning energy of the reading. And just to explain how this card even came about, I was shuffling and I heard very clearly from my guides, stop, pick up this card, turn over this card. And it was at the time that I was thinking, and I was asking my guides, okay, this is a reading for twin flame energy. Show me what's going on here right now. And immediately I heard that card, turn over that card. And this is what I got. And it's just so amazingly powerful. I mean, it's such a beautiful crowning energy too, because you just really see the Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine just kind of standing firmly over the situation, over what's happening, hand in hand. Well, not exactly hand in hand. They're holding up their cups here, their chalices. But what I want to say here about this energy is that since this veil has been lifted from the Divine Masculine, there's just this flood again, like I said before, of just energies that are coming through, and it feels very, very, very present. These emotions, it just feels like he is firm in his footing, and just feels like he is really in touch with his emotions, and is aware of the connection, maybe not necessarily aware of the title divine partners, twin flame, doesn't necessarily matter. But I can tell you from someone who unfortunately I've experienced dark influence myself. A lot of twin flames are targets for these types of things, as I've said many times. And, I can tell you there's really a veil that kind of goes over your eyes. Everything is sort of muted. You can still function. It's not necessarily obvious when someone's under these influences, but, your feelings are muted, your emotions, your energy, everything is just sort of, it just feels sort of like dull. You're not operating at 100%. And what I feel here with the Divine Masculine is just this massive clearing that happened really just heightened all of his senses, his intuition, his ability to connect with the divine, to connect with his beloved. I mean, I can't stress it enough here, guys. Like, this is a really powerful, powerful time right now. And, yeah, I just can't find the words to describe it. There's a huge influx of energy and love that he's feeling towards his Divine Masculine. And that's very much represented in this next card. I mean, what an amazing way to start out this reading. We have these two cards back to back, the Two of Cups and the Lover's card. And this has only happened in one other reading where I got these two cards in the same reading for the collective. It's really powerful stuff. And in this second row with these four cards, I was asking as I'm shuffling, I was asking at the time, the Divine I was channeling the Divine Masculine collective, and I was saying, okay, can you deliver some messages to the Divine Feminine? Again, guys, always pronouns, disregard my pronouns. When I say he, she, whatever, take what resonates with you. But I was asking specifically, what do you want the Divine Feminine to know at this time? And these four cards, like as soon as I finished that sentence, these four cards just fell out in this order. And it's really very, very clear. The Lover's card, followed by the Ace of Swords, followed by the Temperance, followed by the Queen of Wands. Huge, huge breakthrough, huge clarity of feelings, and just knowing, just soul knowing of what their connection is. And this Ace of Swords card, I mean, this is all about, this is the aha moment energy where you just have huge mental clarity. And like I said before, with those dark energies being lifted, it really allows that transmissions of energy to come through, their true authentic energy. And there's just this like sigh of relief that I want to take, that I'm sensing from the Divine Masculine, where he's just like, oh gosh, yes, like this is it. This is what this is all about. I'm feeling it now. I know who I am. I know who my beloved is. And he's feeling that strong sense of connection and soul knowing. Like I said, it's so beautiful, the energy that's here, guys. Again, with this Lover's card, this card too is all about choices as well, not just divine love. And I feel that it's the Divine Masculine making that choice, that conscious heart-centered choice of what it is that he wants and who it is that he wants in his life. And, and that's you guys. That's his true beloved. And, with these two energies together, I mean, again, it's just like him having that breakthrough awakening and knowing who it is that he wants. And, with the twin flame connection, there's no way you could ever sever that connection. Dark energies may try. There's absolutely no way you could ever sever it. There is ways to kind of try and mute it a little bit, like I said, but it is still always there. And, I feel that he is just, so in touch right now with that energy, with the energy with his twin flame, that it is just undeniable. However, I do feel that these energies, like I said before, are still going to take time to integrate and take time to translate into 3D physical union and communication. The next card I have is the Temperance card, and it's funny because this card came up in the position a couple weeks ago of what the Divine Masculine wants to tell his Divine Feminine, what message he has for her. And this is the same message of patience. And it ties into what I said before, where I had channeled him saying very clearly, patience, love, and trust. So we're back to that message again of just being patient, and that doesn't mean looking at your watch or counting down days on the calendar. still live your life, do your work, fulfill your mission, most importantly, connect with the divine. And, it will happen for all of us whenever it happens. I think that we should just kind of take this very large victory that we have here and just kind of savor it, and be grateful for that. But the divine masculine, I feel, very much has made a major breakthrough just this recent week. And it's really so exciting. This last card here I have in the second row, the Queen of Wands card. I feel that this is how the divine masculine is currently viewing his divine feminine. And you can just see from the imagery of this card, I mean, it's so beautiful. It's probably one of my favorite cards in this deck. The artistry is just so vibrant and and just warm and loving. I just get this sensation of just this warm, loving, compassionate queen that's coming through in this card. And I think that this is the true epitome of what the divine feminine represents, is a woman who is, very ambitious, is very strong in her convictions, is very powerful, grounded, but still very compassionate and loving and warm and sultry and all of that, and very beautiful inside and out. And I feel that this is, you couldn't ask for a better card to represent how it is that he's viewing the divine feminine at this time. And I feel that, even just looking at this card, there's a lot of beautiful reds in this card. There's a lot of passionate flames and chemistry that's coming through in this energy. And I feel that he's feeling that very strongly right now towards his counterpart. And like I said before, when you're under these influences, a lot of those energies they're still there, but they can be muted. And I feel that since they're not muted anymore, there's a very powerful sexual energy that's coming through from the divine masculine that he's feeling towards his counterpart. And some of you guys may already be feeling that right now, or maybe dreaming of him more. And he's feeling that very, very powerful sexual connection towards his counterpart. And with twin flames specifically, it is a very, very, very powerful aspect of that connection. And there's a third energy that is created through that connection, and it's amazing. It's amazing stuff. And I think that he's certainly feeling that right now towards his beloved. And I think that he wants to express that and express himself in that way towards his beloved. But like I said, there's still more matters to address. And but like I said before, the important thing is to just kind of take the victory that we have here right now. And as I said before, I think you guys are going to start, if not 3D communication, I think you guys are going to start getting more 5D intuitive dream state communication from your twin, because the next card I have here is the High Priestess card. And this last row, or I should say the first two cards, not the last card, because that's the last crowning energy, but these first two cards in the last row, this is in the position of I was basically just asking Spirit, okay, give me more confirmation, please, of where exactly the divine masculine is at. I just want to make sure he's really cleared of those dark energies, like what do we have to look forward to now, and where are we going with this. And this first card, the High Priestess card, is again it represents a feminine energy, but I think that in this message what we're getting here is that it's the balance of the divine masculine exuding balance of his divine masculine and feminine energies. We all have both within us, and when you're able to balance out those two energies, that is a really, really, really powerful place to be in. And I think that he has achieved that, is currently achieving that right now. You can even see in this card the two pillars in the background, the black and white pillars to her left and right, represent the yin and yang energy. And if the divine masculine is in touch with his feminine energies right now, that's really, really, really powerful, a powerful place to be. This card also represents intuition, like I said, and specifically connecting with a higher source and using those messages and those energies to create abundance in your life and to help others. And I think that he's really, again, with this veil that's been lifted from him, he is in touch again with his powerful intuitive abilities, and his ability to connect with the divine and channel with the divine and channel messages from his spirit guides. And this is really big. This is a really big energy to be in. I mean, all of these cards are big energies for him to be in right now. I really can't like stress that enough, how excited I am where the divine masculine is at. But the next card we have for him is the Ace of Wands, and again, the wands represent change and new beginnings and manifestation. And with these two energies together, it's like he's getting in touch with his gifts again and his true nature again, and is wanting to embark on the world. It's almost like he has like this new like lease in life, and just wants to kind of spread his love and his ability to create and manifest, and just feeling very inspired. It's a card of inspiration and returning back to your power. And again, you can see these flames in the background. He's just feeling this like light under his butt, so to speak, this fire under his butt, and just wanting to start anew, is feeling almost like a brand new child again. And I think that this translates to things that he wants to manifest in his life and what he wants to manifest together with his divine counterpart. So that followed by the last card, which is the Six of Wands card, which is now the second. This is in the position of the second crowning energy of the deck. I mean, don't be surprised if you get communication soon from your counterpart. This is the sign. This is the card of victory, of a message. It's always a positive message that's coming, and it's a card of recognition. So it's also a card of overcoming obstacles. So I think this is for all of us. I think that we're being recognized right now for all the obstacles that we've overcome, as a result of the hardships that we've endured. And it's time to receive now. And I think this is like leading into 2018. I think that it's going to be a year of receiving, of abundance, of all the hard work that we've done these last several years, particularly. And this is just an amazing crowning energy to get for this reading in a final card. Again, I think that this is the divine masculine kind of getting on his horse, so to speak, and marching up to the divine feminine door, and wanting to reach out. And again, if you don't get that message right away, and it still takes some time, just still be patient. I mean, it's there, it's happening. I feel it so strongly happening. So many people are saying the same thing as well. And the last thing I just want to remark about these cards, it's kind of funny. Like you can see the divine masculine is kind of placed towards the left in the imagery, and like the Two of Cups, the Lovers card. And you can say the divine feminine energy is kind of on the right side of the reading. I wasn't planning this, but this is kind of how it happened. Like with the Queen of Wands, she's on the right, representing the divine feminine. And it's almost like all eyes are on her. All eyes are sort of looking over to the right side of the reading, like facing the feminine energy, moving towards the feminine energy, especially like in these last two cards, the Ace of Wands and the Six of Wands. There's this movement in her direction. I feel that so strongly. There's just a powerful connection with their true emotions and movement towards it. I mean, it's a magnetic connection. You cannot help, when you really are standing in your truth, and you have done all of that clearing, it's a magnet. It works as a magnet. You can't help but just be sucked into that energy and want to return to that energy. Return home really is what it is. That's our home is our counterparts. So I hope that this resonates with you guys, and Of course, you can leave comments and questions below, and please reach out if you feel guided to work with me. I really, really, really love and cherish, and I feel honored to work with all of you guys. Your energies are just so amazingly wonderful, and it's been a blessing working with all of you. And even just starting this channel, this was not planned. I was divinely guided to do this, and this whole experience has been such a blessing. I just want to thank all of you again. And I love you guys. I hope you have a really good week, and I'll reach out again soon. Take care, guys. Bye.